flag. Nick Mace, Cody Lamas on the front row is a randomized starting draw. The draw gave Cody Lamas the pole here tonight in the first segment of the Season 10 All-Star Race. Alan Cavanero already making moves back there in the back. He started in 7th. He's all the way up into 5th. Could be looking for 4th here in a moment. As Nick Mace skyrocketed on the outside to the lead past Cody Lamas. Almost everyone is driving a special scheme. The only ones that are not are Daniel Day and Eugene Max. Mace is the leader. Lamas 2nd. DeMax 3rd. Eric Byrne in 4th. Could be going for 2nd right here in a 3-wide situation. And this has already been a chaotic start. Homestead over this past year has been repaved. This is a new homestead for the most part. Daniel Day pushing his way through the field really quickly right here. About 2 hours before the showdown happened, it was announced that Daniel Day is going to be retiring at the end of the season. He will not be driving during the WSR merge next year. So this will be Daniel Day's final All-Star race. Hopefully he doesn't Brett Favre it. Although he did state that part-time would be a possibility, but he says full-time, no more after this year. And with Daniel Day still in the title hunt technically, these next couple of weeks are going to be very emotional and very interesting. Nico Hall battling with William Duncan for, I think, 5th position right now. Nico Hall stated during an interview a few days ago that he feels like how he does here in the All-Star race today will be how he performs for the rest of the season. It has not been a good year at all for the number 07. He's the lowest in points out of everyone in this All-Star race, besides Kenny Myatt, but he's a part-time car, so he technically doesn't count. But Hall knows that he needs to get a really good run here to impress MBR for next season. He's already signed with them, but Nico Hall really needs to start improving and getting some more top 10 finishes in the next couple of weeks, or we fear his career won't be as good as it seems. DeMax, Mace battling for the lead going on right now. 2 very, very long veterans going at it here. It's Alan Cavanero right there in 3rd, charging his way forward. Cavanero had a best start out of everybody. He started all the way back in 7th position. He's all the way up to 3rd in less than 10 laps. Could be going for 2nd and the lead here in a moment. That 83 car has been very fast all weekend long. He was fastest in practice. He was fastest in practice over Eugene and Max by 0.5, a half a second quicker. They had to double check that car to make sure it wasn't cheating, but no. It's just a really, really good car and a really good driver in there. And Eric Byrne right there. William Duncan holding 5th himself, but not sure if he'll be able to drive forward. 4 car bound for 2nd place right now. This is a worthless fight, to be honest. Only 1st place gets the bonus 50 points, as we stated in the information video. Segments 1 and 2 will each be giving 50 points to the winner. The final segment will earn $2 million. And breaking character, not really $2 million, but $2 million. Which would be very beneficial to some teams, like Team Thunder. They could use that boost for sure. Same for the Mayota cars. They could, I mean, the Hellman's Racing cars. Sorry, that happened, but Max is still the leader. Byrne is holding 2nd, and Cavanero is 3rd. We haven't really seen these 3 battle like this before. Cody Lamas and Jason Trost are holding the final. They're holding the 2 last place spots in this race. We are hearing that the 48 and the 21 team are actually hanging in the back. They don't want to go up to the front. They'd rather get the reverse grid start for the next race and hope that they can hold on and win it. They are taking that gamble because after this segment, the results will be flipped. So I think they are just biding their time and they just want to go for it then. Because they'll be in the, if they stay like this, they'll be in the front in segment 2 and segment 3. So, I mean, it's an interesting strategy. We did predict some people would probably go for it, but Lamas and Trost, of all people, I would have never guessed. On the back bumper of our leader, Eugene Max, look how close this field is. It's spread out a little bit, but this field is staying pretty tight and close together. Not in a pack, but still, DeMax just cannot pull away. Cavanero is really quick right now in that Toyota. But this field still remaining competitive here as we are approaching pit stops. Yeah, we actually are having pit stops in the All-Star race for the first time ever. see Cavanero, Mace, Burton, Dylan Young in 4th. He just moved up top 3 right now. DeMax would love to get some of these points. Same for Cavanero and Mace. DeMax is still technically, DeMax is up there in the championship hunt. Mace is not how, Mace needs some sort of a boost to help him get up there. Cavanero is kind of still there, but he's started to work his way forward through the standings a little bit. So these three could, I think everybody in this race could really use some points to help out. Maybe outside of Kenny Mai, I think he's pretty much got the road course one locked up. But this is the battle for the lead for 50 points. Lurking just out the top 5 is Steven Pollard III. He's currently in 6th place, right behind the leaders. Pollard started in last place, and within 25 laps, he has gone from 25th on the grid all the way into 6th position. What a valiant effort by this 81 team. They have just been so quick this year. And I tell you what, if they can get an all-star race win here, it'd be huge for this team. They've already been having one of the most dominating performances I've ever seen in the history of ARCSOA. And he is moving his way towards Eric Byrne and Cavanero here. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Mace goes for the lead against Eugene DeMax. DeMax may have pushed the tires too hard for too long here, as Nick Mace, who led the first few laps until he lost it to DeMax, is fighting hard to get back the lead here. Dylan Young there. I think Cavanero may have pushed his tires a little bit too hard as well. Dylan Young's another guy who worked his way forward like Pollard did, not to the extent that to the extent of Pollard, but still worked his way forward here. Dylan Young, if he got those 50 points, it would help his points lead tremendously, and he knows that just getting 100 points here would be so beneficial to his title chances. He wants to clinch this title. He doesn't want anyone to come close in second. But DeMax, who is right behind him in the point standings, is still out there and still looking for pit stops here. Pollard goes right in front of Dylan Young. Pollard only took 2 tires. He only took 2 left side tires. Oh boy, he gets by Mace. Pollard gonna go from 6th up to a couple places here. Pollard, wow, what a pit stop by that team. That 81 team, one of the best pit crews we've seen all year long. He comes back out on the track. There's DeMax, Cavanero. Pollard's gonna transfer to the lead with less than 10 laps to go. 6th to 1st after pit stops. That 81 team has done it again in the pits. Will anyone catch this number 81? Richard Johnson got damage on pit road during those pit stops. He got into Nick Mace. So that's probably going to knock Richard Johnson into the 1st place position after the reverse grid. This number 20 car has not been fast at all tonight. They've been awful. He won the showdown in dominating fashion over Matthew Fuller, but Fuller is doing a much better job than pit crew. Once again, screwing William Duncan over. Duncan was 8th at the time of the pit stops here, and he's knocked all the way down to 24th. Yeah, I don't see the 41 pit crew being around. 2 laps to go. Cavanero has paused. Wow, okay. Cavanero has caught Steven Pollard III with 2 laps to go. What a charge by the 83. Now remember, Cavanero took 4, Pollard took 2. So this is definitely interesting here. Cavanero's got one of the best cars of the night, and he is fighting his way towards Pollard. White flag in the air. He goes to the inside. Pollard cut him off. That got Cavanero tight in the turn. And that may have just ended the 83's chances right there. Pollard cut the 83 off and then lost his momentum because of it. Pollard through 3 and 4. Cavanero looking for some kind of charge, but it is not going to be enough. 50 points to Steven Pollard III as he wins segment number 1 of the DuPont Cup Series All-Star Race. What a great first segment. Green flag in the air for segment number 2. Richard Johnson, who finished last, starts first. Here we go. Into turn number 1. Richard Johnson to the lead. Daniel Day up to 2nd. Probably going to take the lead here. Richard Johnson's car is junk tonight. Cole Daly, Vincent Allen, a bunch of these guys finished in the back after pit stops. Really knocked him down a little bit. Daniel Day takes the lead here. He leads the first lap. Cole Daly, Vincent Allen, Jason Trost, Kenny Myatt. Oh man, this is Myatt's only second oval race this year. And he's fighting hard here. Richard Johnson almost hits the wall. He does hit the wall actually. That 20 car is junk. Not sure what they did to it after the showdown, for goodness Meanwhile, sakes. 3 wide for the lead with Allen, Daly, and Day. And we are in a huge pack. This is because of the reverse grid. We have a huge pack of cars. That's what's so fun about reverse grid, is that you get this huge pack at the start, and you see a couple of drivers who have not really led much this year starting to take the lead, like Vincent Allen, this 91 car. It would mean a lot for Mopar Dodge Factory to get a segment win here, but I don't foresee that happening much longer. Zach Rogers in the 3, looking for second. Couple of cars, they're charging their way forward after a bad first segment. Cavanero, he's actually starting to charge forward himself. Same as DeMax. DeMax is already coming into the top 10 after only 4 laps. Allen and Myatt battling one-on-one for the lead here. Side by side, Vincent Allen. He's run more races than Myatt has this year, but Myatt's car definitely, I got to say, I think Myatt's probably got one of the best schemes in the entire field. And that 0 car, he's been incredibly strong on the road courses this year. Here comes Zach Rogers in the 3 on the bottom. Rogers won last year's All-Star race in the most controversial way possible, when Fibrosis pretty much wrecked the field, coming to the white flag, which and they disqualified Fibrosis from the All-Star race win, and they gave it to Zach Rogers, who won the showdown and ended up winning that All-Star race as well. First time that's ever happened before. Ever since then, Rogers has been blooming. In 10 laps, Cavanero has managed to push into 7th after starting 24th. And look at this, going against Noah Hart, and I think that's DJ Curtis. Hard to tell, the CBM cars are the exact same. Yep, there goes DJ Curtis and Hart on the top. Alan Cavanero has got an incredibly good car tonight. Him and DeMax, they have pushed their way forward after starting in the back. This 83 car is the big threat tonight. And DeMax there, can't forget about him. Eric Byrne, he had a good first segment. It's been a good night for these guys as they continue on here. But they know the third segment is going to mean a lot, but so is this segment. 50 points is very valuable. Rogers and Myatt battling pretty hard here as we are coming close to pit stops again like last time. Pit stops knocked Pollard all the way from 6th into the lead. So definitely pit stops are going to mean a whole lot here. Rogers, Myatt. Myatt's pit crew has really been the reason why Myatt hasn't won like 6 road course races this year, to be quite frank, but that Myatt's pit crew has just not been any good at all outside of ARCSOA. It's been a lot of times where Myatt's had to fight back over time, even after getting damaged, what happened to him in Road Atlanta and Ireland. But then you got, DJ Curtis finding his way up into 4th place. He is going for the lead himself as well. DJ Curtis, he could use those points too. He's had a rough second half so far. Huge cluster of cars in the back here. Eric Byrne, Daniel Day struggling to get through the slower cars here. Well, not really slower, but this is a huge pack and it's getting very feisty, and I am starting to fear for the worst. Our All-Star races have always been known to have some very bad wrecks, particularly in the final segment. But the second segment itself has had wrecks. Oh man, but look at this huge pack of cars. Pollard, who won it, is not performing very well in this segment for some reason, but I fear, I don't think that we might get an accident here if things keep up. We've already had issues with pit road entry here in the past. I think we were right when we said Kobe Lamas was hanging in the back. at the start of, you hang in the back in the first segment to get a better starting position here and push everything they got in the second and third segments. I think we were right about that because Lamas is in fourth. Lamas really needs these points. He has just been off for weeks now. He needs some points, and he really needs some good finishes in these upcoming races. That 48 team has just not been performing well at all. Their pit crew has not been performing as well as they used to. It's just, everything's just been going wrong for this 48 team so far this year. But they are pushing everything they've got here. I mean, this is Cody Lamas' home track, for goodness sakes. Miami, Homestead Miami is his home track. He knows he has to perform here for his fans and shit. But he's got a tough battle. He's got Yuji to Max right in front of him, Rogers and Myatt, as we are coming to pit stop. Alan Cavanero took the Pollard gamble of 2 tires like last time. I think Cavanero is starting to learn from others right now. As here comes Myatt on the outside. It was not as good as Pollard's pit stop. But Cavanero to the lead. He only took 2 tires. My reaction here, he only took 2 tires as well. Same for Lamas, and everybody behind those 3 all took 4. Well, this should be interesting. We got 2 Elite Series veterans, and then we got well, top 3 are all Elite Series drivers. But Myatt and Cavanero, oh boy. 6 laps to go. Cavanero and Myatt side by side. Lamas lurking. Lamas lurking behind these guys. Matthew Fuller, all the way up in 4th. Where the heck did he come from? Matthew Fuller in the 97. He's been quiet this entire All-Star race. He got into this race by finishing 2nd in the showdown of all things, and he is fighting forward. He's got back-end damage. It looks like I think 97's got back-end damage. Maybe I'm just blind. Oh boy, we had a crash that we did not see here. Nick Mace just turns the 97 into the wall. That may have been intentional to try and bring out a caution, but the caution did not come out, and Fuller had no choice but to stay out. And even though we said we were 4th, I think he's just a lap down, and that was a huge smack in the face of the 97. But look at that replay. Lamas and Cavanero side by side. 4 laps to go here. Coming to the line, it'll be 4 laps to go. But Lamas got really loose there. Lamas got incredibly loose, as you can see the skid marks from that crash. Lamas lost it for a moment there, and I think that may have just knocked him out of this. I think that just ruined his chances of winning this segment. And so now it's Cavanero in 2 laps to go. Cavanero, Lamas, and Myatt going at it. Charlie Fibrosis, who is all the way in the bottom 5 after pit stops, has worked his way into the top 5. Fibrosis going for everything right now. He needs points himself. But here we go. To the white flag. Myatt trying to get a segment win in the All-Star race. This would pretty much secure his already secure road course championship for the year. And look at this on the bottom. Cavanero on the bumper of the 0. He goes side by side with him on the straightaway. This is for 50 points. Cavanero dives into the turn. He bumps the 0 car out of the way. Off turn number 4. It's going to be close. At the line, 50 points to Alan Cavanero in the 83. He got him. Ryan turn 3 and 4. He got him. Knocked him straight out of the way, pure Cavanero style. And 50 points to the 83. That was a very much needed points day for him. Take a look at this again here. Cavanero dives into the turn, knocks the 0 car out of the way, knocked him out of the way, got him loose. And Cavanero powered his way through that turn, and just by a half a car length, Cavanero stole the win from Kenny Myatt. And it's not over just yet. We still got one last segment. Green flag in the air. The final segment of the DuPont Cup Series All-Star Race. $2 million on the line. Cavanero with a roaring start. He beat Kenny Myatt in a photo finish in that last segment. And Cavanero, who's got probably the best car in the field at the moment, is exploding. It's been one of the best All-Star races we've ever had. And are we gonna have our traditional final segment big one that we've had for the last couple seasons? We've always had, I think every All-Star race we've had a crash in at least every final segment we've ever had. However, they've been racing pretty balls to the wall style without wrecking. Well, besides Matthew Fuller being turned to the wall, but that was a stupid accident. But it's been clean, mostly. I don't think the battle from segment 2 is quite over just yet, because Kenny Myatt's in second. He's running down the 83 car again. Yeah, these two are going at it pretty well right now. They are not letting up on each other. Cavanero's been the star of this All-Star race, second first so far in the first two segments. He's been incredibly good. He let the first one slip away, he didn't let the second one slip away. Daniel Day up in third. Daniel Day won the season 7 All-Star race. He's got 2 CBMs right behind him. CBM cars have just not been very strong in this All-Star race, so Fibrosis and DJ Curtis, they seem to have gotten better over time tonight. Vincent Allen up there as well. He's lurking just outside the top 5 here. Mine on the bottom of the 83, side by side for the lead. Mine wants this All-Star race for bragging rights, I suspect. And Cabanero on the outside. Lets the 0 car go a little bit. Still fights back, but I think Cabanero, he's going to have to play conservative for this winning segment 1. Pollard did not have a good segment 2 at all. However, segment 3 has been going pretty well for him so far. He's all the way in 9th place at the moment. Actually, yeah, 10th place. Actually, 10th place, but Pollard's been doing a pretty good job so far in this third segment so far. He knows what 2 million would mean, but however, this 81, I think they're pretty content with just those 50 points, but I'm sure they would love to get that extra money as well. Texan Audi, they've been the best team of the night, arguably. Daniel Day goes to 2nd place. They scooted Cabanero out of the way. DJ Curry is trying to follow suit. Daniel Day, he's been sort of he's been pretty quiet tonight. He's been up in the front all night long, but he's still been pretty quiet. He hasn't done much, but he is catching Kenny Maya in the 0 car. Oh man, but I'll tell you what though. Daniel Day won the season 7 All-Star race in interesting fashion. Everybody wrecked except for him. But the last time Day won the All-Star race, he won the championship in that same year. So he is trying to get this All-Star race win because, you know, conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Day winning this All-Star race, he's already announced retirement. He's already got a lot on the line. It's definitely interesting here. Day, man, he would love to get an All-Star race in his final season. PJ Williams and James Shelley, the 5 and the 66, they have just been the sleepers tonight. They have been the back in every race tonight so far. Shelley and Williams, they've not done anything. Williams got into this race because he won the Talladega 500 last year. James Shelley got into this because he won at Charlotte last year, even though, to be quite frank, that was mostly just a no-tire gamble win. And Shelley has just not been any strong this year. Same for Williams. However, valiant effort by both these two. They've just not had any good equipment tonight. A shame too, as both these two are very well. They have a lot of potential. Williams has been around for a long time, and he's had a lot of wins, but he just never really had the consistency to go for a title. Same for James Shelley so far. Oh man. Michael Block is another sleeper tonight. He's done virtually nothing as well. He hasn't been up in the front, but he hasn't necessarily been in the back either. He's been mid-pack this entire night. His teammate Zach Rogers has been mostly the star of the show. And MBR, I mean, MBR is like the only team here who got all 3 of their cars into this All-Star race. They're the only team, Rogers, Hall, and himself. And next year so far, it'll only be Rogers. But they're doing their best here. We're 3 wide up there in the front. Oh boy. Mayan has led virtually Maya has led virtually almost every lap tonight. Maya, Kavner, and Daniel Day, these three have been battling for the lead since the start for the most part here. And Fibrosis, Vincent Allen there. That's your top 5. However, I don't think Kavner or Maya have been doing since this segment 2. I don't think they're necessarily done yet, like I said at the start here. But with pit stops and a couple of laps in this final segment, it is definitely going to be interesting. This race has definitely been determined by pit stops tonight. Both wins have come from drivers holding on to win after a 2-tire pit stop. So I don't imagine people are going to be going for that 4-tire gamble again. It just has not worked for anybody tonight. Charles Sanford is moving his way forward, but he hasn't had a good All-Star race either. Although I will say, this is probably my favorite All-Star race scheme tonight. That 24 and that 48. Tell you what, this S3 always brings good-looking cars to the table, and this is definitely no stranger to that, as that 24 car is absolutely gorgeous. Pit stops begin here. Kenny Maya lets Lisa Field down to pit road. We're gonna see who comes out first. What will they gamble here? 10 laps to go. Will Day go for 2? Who will go for 2 tires? Day gonna go for 2 tires here. Maya does the same thing. Oh, could be contact. Duncan took 2 tires as well. Maya retains the lead for now, but will anyone roundabout and go past him? Maya keeps the lead. Day holds second. Cavanero lost a ton of time. But William Duncan goes to third. And it looks like we're going to have a one-on-one duel for this Actually, hold that thought. We're just hearing Vincent Allen just now pitted. He just now pitted. He totally did not notice that. My apologies here. But look at Vincent Allen. Will he go up to block the 0 car? He does. Vincent Allen to the lead. He took no tires. No tires for the 91. That may have been foolish. And that may have allowed Day to get a momentum boost on the 0 car. Allen went for no tires. That was a foolish gamble. That is not going to work. Day dives to the 0 car like Cavanero did. That did not work. Day is trying to use Cavanero tactics, but 6 laps to go. This is for the win at the moment. Unless a caution comes out. We haven't had a big one yet. However, Day scoots into the lead very easily against the 0 car. Cleared him easily. Mike crosses over on the bottom. Oh boy. Daniel Day. Oh man, I tell you what, I don't think Dylan Young wants Day to win this. Because as we stated before, the last time Day won the All-Star race, he won that championship the same exact year. Maya right behind the 71. That 0 car is not done just yet. Maya lost it in the second segment. He's going to refuse to lose it in the third. Allen is hanging on a little better than I thought he would, but I don't think this 91 car is going to be a factor at all, unless these two get in an accident. But honestly, at this point, there's not enough cars for that to happen. I think he's just drafting these guys and hoping that they battle too hard and he can swoop in. But like you said, he took no tires. Coming to 4 laps to go. We still got one guy finding his way forward. That's DJ Curtis. He took 4 tires. He is pushing that car to its limit, trying to catch the top 3. But he's out of time, I think. There's no way he can catch these guys. Cavanero in the back there. Disappointment for that third segment for that team. But oh boy. 2 laps to go. Coming to the flag. 2 to go at the line. Day is still the leader. Maya trying to ease by the 71 here. This is for $2 million right now. Maya goes to the inside. He gets the run off the turn. Day blocks. He's blocking the 0. He's trying incredibly hard right now. Maya down to the bottom. He got tight in the turn a little bit. Got a little bit loose as well. White flag in the air. This is for $2 million. My, it's going to have to unleash everything. We could be seeing another Cavanero dive. Maya could not get the run off the turn, but he's drafting hard. His last opportunity is here. Into 3 and 4. Maya got loose again. That's it. That's over. Off turn number 4. Maya cost himself, but it'll be $2 million to the retiring Daniel Day. Daniel Day wins the Season 10 All-Star Race and becomes the first two-time All-Star Race winner in DuPont Cup Series history in an exciting finish. 3 straight exciting finishes to be more exact. And Maya loses. He finishes second 2 segments in a row. But Daniel Day is your All-Star Race winner for the second time. Volkswagen's first ever All-Star Race win as well. Curtis blocked. I think Block got a 5th. I mean, yeah, I think Blocker Hall got a 5th. Wow. But man, Daniel Day is your All-Star Race winner. Congratulations to the 71 team. Very much deserved. Hey, we didn't even have a caution that entire race, so congratulations to the field. But Daniel Day is your All-Star Race winner. Hope you guys enjoy watching this presentation of the ARCSOA DuPont Cup Series, and we will see you guys at the actual Homestead Points race.